Cassian. Hey, Jenny, you're back. So you have to be careful at some point in your life. This talks a great deal about being done wrong by enemies. This talks a great deal of right, I see what you're saying. It's this talks about being extremely, at one point in your life, either because of the wrong person, the wrong crowd, the wrong person you trust, you could be, it talks about being blamed for something that you didn't do. It talks about injustice, unfairness, and it talks about being very, how should I say, be careful, like anytime you're involving someone in paperwork, I don't know on your love stuff because I'm looking at career, but like be careful, like when always make sure you own your home, always make sure that you own your assets. If you know, this is the kind of thing where you have to make sure that you have, everything, like when you do get married, or you do have a best friend, or you do have someone live with you or stay, you're the type of person that's going to have paperwork clearing everything the right way. It's just saying that we don't know who. It can be a relative, it can be a friend, it can be a spouse, it can be, hopefully it's not a spouse, but hopefully it's just from the friend realm. It could be a coworker, or a group of people. But this talks about two things. One, there's a warning where you can be, and this one is specifically in career. It's where someone can blame you for something you didn't do, like erasing a file, or something more severe. You have to be very aware of small things, very detail oriented. Now, your moon is crazy detective. That's probably why you are an engineer, because you're extremely detail oriented. But your rising has something in it where you can be a bit aloof and so much into your own world, like music or listening to headphones, or just in your wonderment, or your artistic brain or something like that, and you're just not in tune like you are with work. You're not that way with humans. You're that way with numbers and precision and analytics, but you're not that way with humans, and you need to be. Because this is where the danger comes in. You're very often to your own stuff, which is good, but you have to be one of those like watchers, Why do you need that number? You don't need my social. What about this paper? No, you don't need that. Okay, you gotta second guess things, because at one point in your life it talks about losing something you've worked for. It could be a car, it could be a house, it could be property, it can be assets. Yeah, which is very Pisces, because music was born in Pisces. So yes, that's very abstract and very true. You know, very, very, very true. So that's something that pure in Pisces. You have an extremely science-oriented moon. So things that are analytical and even forensics, maybe you're even drawn to things that, you know, like very detective type of work, very looking at patterns, looking at schematics, you know, very, very detailed. But that's the good part. But the bad part is there's a warning where you have to, you do have to be careful, because at one point in your life you could be shocked and someone jeopardizes an asset. So you never want to give someone the power. You have to watch who you trust. And then another thing in your chart in career says that at some point you can be blamed for something you didn't do. You know, you have Uranus in the 12th house, and the way it's aspected tells me that you can be accused of something you didn't do. You know, so you will be fine if you tune things out on your free time, when you're enjoying your own spare time. But when you're dealing with people, you have to be hyper vigilant, very aware of things, very much on your toes, very observant, kind of like the security guard, looking at everything, you know? And you gotta train yourself that way. It'll become second nature, and then it's fine, because you do it for work. You really invest yourself analytically for work. You just gotta learn to do that with people. You look for friends, you look for warmth, you look for that fun, free, social, I get that, which is very pretty. But that's the harm in your life comes from corrupted people that you can trust, that you trust. There's also something else here. You have to watch it with, at one point there could be something that threatens the highest success you can have, and that comes from a behavior where you give in to kind of like envy, and you rob yourself of, you can this is just one point in your life. It's not every day, it's not years and years, it's not, this is one phase. So it's going to be something that happens, you know, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 6 years, maybe in 12 years. It's whenever it's activated, and it can last maybe like a month, something like that, a couple of weeks, maybe it's 3 months. But you have to be careful, because there's one thing where you could feel very like sucked into visually seeing, oh my God, you know, they're so perfect in the way they do it. They're making it seem so amazing, and I want that, and I've been working hard for it, and I haven't had it, and it can bitter you. So that's another thing with career, that you when you enter that phase, remember that and say, I'm not going to feel that way, because this is one of those things in my astrology that I'm not going to allow. And, you know, you're going to, you know, there's a lot of interesting things. You have a very, you know, a very complicated chart, but you are very blessed. You are very protected. It's just very important that you do not, you know, that you become aware of the danger of a vindictive person, and how you can be blamed, stolen from. It talks about you being, you know, suffering the consequence of that from a person. Some people have, unfortunately, the mark of I don't do anything medical. Yeah. A lot of professional astrologers, they don't really do like the kid topic, for example, because we live in a world where science, and there's a lot of things with the diets in ancient times were very organic, and people now, it's very different, very, very different, because there's so much science and technology with that subject that it complicates it. I can tell you that there is some issue with that. Yeah, it might be a stressful journey for that. That's what I can see. It's not an easy journey. It's something that, from what I can see, it's something that you're gonna have to pursue medically. Yeah. Let me see something. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't really have a lot of people on here. On TikTok, I have like a lot of eyes when I stream, whether they click on the room or not. I don't want people thinking that I do medical. I mean, this is recorded and people could see it. I'm very transparent and I'm very honest with what I do. But on streams, it's very different than like if people go see it later. I don't want people thinking I do medical readings because it's uncomfortable, because I don't feel that anybody should diagnose anybody. You understand what I'm saying to you? I stick to psychic spiritual work, which is my expertise. But I obviously have knowledge to do medical readings. I don't like to go that route. I do feel bad because you seem really sweet to me and you are asking for clarity. So I am going to tell you what I see, but I don't want to upset you. So the journey of fertility for you is difficult. And it's difficult not from the body, from what I can see. Although, disclaimer, that has to be properly diagnosed by a fertility specialist, which I am not, blah, blah, blah. The law says I have to say that. But in my spiritual opinion, what I'm seeing here is that, it does show fertility, but it shows that there could be something with twin boys, and it shows that there could be an issue with their health. So because of that, you see how it gets into all this complicated stuff, and then the person has more questions and then it gets into like this whole big thing. I'll leave it at that. It's just when you want to pursue that, you go to the doctor and they'll address it with you. You know? So you have a in a fertility house, you have a fertile sign, and you have an aspect showing me there's issues with the child, and then I do see the sign of twins. Okay, so that means that they could be born with conditions, if you will. So if you don't want that, I would have to do a deeper dive in your chart. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself. I'll take a look at something a minute. Since we're on it, I have a little bit more time. Let me do one thing here. So it doesn't mean no. It means, you know, do things very, you know, have a good diet, have a good, you know, visit your doctor. When you know, that's all I can tell you is, you know, make sure you have really good health care with that, and that's it. Yeah, exactly. And if you are told stuff, then, you know, there's always a choice too, because having, you know, one or two children with conditions is something you have to deal with the rest of your life. So you have to, you know, make sure you get scanned and probed and all the doctors tell you stuff, and then you'll know what's up. That's all. Okay, let's see. Let me check one thing here for you, sweetheart. Yeah, you're gonna get married and you're gonna meet your future husband online. Okay? Shh, don't tell anybody I said that. Because then they'll be like, can I have that reading? And I don't do those readings. But yes. Okay? So you got to be careful with miscarriages, and you got to be careful, and you're gonna get married, and you're gonna meet your husband online. Okay? All right, honey. Anything else you needed me to answer for you? Yeah. I know he will spot you before you spot him. He'll have his eye on you before you spot him. Okay. Well, you're hopefully looking for hopefully it's the Pisces, but if it's not, that's okay. Don't forget about the one I told you about, the one that I think compliments you, but for some reason I think that's a boyfriend. Hopefully is supposed to be a boyfriend. This guy is interesting. Very smart. Yeah. If it's not, it doesn't matter. This guy is very intelligent. That's what I can tell you about him. You will notice with his words. Something unique about the way he expresses himself with his words. What? A regular now with online dating, you mean? Okay, so yeah. Yeah, he's gonna spot you before you spot him. He'll be crushing on you and noticing you before you notice him, and then he'll approach you. And he's going to be very direct when he approaches you. Okay. Anything else you need me to ask? I mean, do you need to ask me? I think we're good. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you choosing me to do your reading. There's a lot of astrologers and psychics and tarot readers out there, so thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, I thought you meant like with online, like online dating, because some people try it out, but then some people like feel comfortable with it. That's what I thought. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for choosing me for your reading, and take it easy, I'm sorry that your job, like I said, I wanted to verify one thing before you go. Yeah, so you're going to have a chance to shine in the career that you're in. Let me correct what I'm saying. The job you're in right now, remember when I did like the old job and the new job? Okay, the new job you're in right now, what I see in the longer term future is that in about a year or two, you're going to see a change. I was gonna say in the infrastructure, but you know what I mean, not the outside. I mean like the inside. But it's not gonna be enough. I think there's gonna be wiggle room for you to do more later. But I see another position opening up for you where you have a female boss, and that's gonna be really where you shine, and it's gonna be not in this company. But you're going to have a choice, because you're going to have a way to stay in this one. We're talking future, so don't get confused. You're going to have a choice to either stay in this one and continue your stability where you're comfortable and just keep thriving there and have more wiggle room to do more, or you can change to this new one that's going to come into your life and really shine. But you're going to have to give to get. And, not everything is perfect. In this one, you get this boring, stable, no drama. Not enough glittery ways to shine. And the other one, it's going to be a very demanding time suck. But you're going to get the shining that you want. But you're not going to have this relaxed, boring, there's enough for you time. The other one's kind of like Devil Wears Prada, kind of like that, where it's like you get the va-voom chances, va-va-voom, but it's like driving you nuts, but you're going to get it if you want it. But that's not for a while, so don't even worry about it. Okay? That's what I see. And don't expect me to remember everything. That's why these are recorded. That reading you gave me like 8 months ago? No. No, but you did. You said, okay, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I'll read the rest of my life. Oh, well, I've always read from the time I'm like 5 years old. I will not stop reading. Oh, you'll remind me. Okay, great. Yep. Not a problem. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a good night. Bye, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer some questions. Oh, you're still there. Hi. Oh, I had to talk to you. Your biggest worry is not being financially stable. Oh no, you will always have food, shelter. You will always be financially stable. You will have a few fears, a few shocking, scary moments like you lived through one. When you realize this guy was crappy, you went from believing and all this stuff to going, uh-oh, that was tricky. You went from your extreme one life, and then you got a house, and you know, that was shocking. That was really shocking. You know, you're gonna have some of those things, but your chart tells you 1000% you will have stability, and you're going to rise to recognition in your field. Not the biggest name and all that, but you're going to have enough of what you want. Did I tell you that? I took a look at that. Oh yeah. I didn't do your vertex or your nodes or a lot of your big things, but I know enough from some of the things I saw. Maybe in the future we'll take a deeper look or something. You know, I don't mind adding these sometimes when I have the time. But no, without a doubt, you will always have the things you need in life. It just comes from that trust. You gotta watch that trust. Always, you know, you're the type of person that needs to have 2 accounts. You always have to have, you know, check your credit. You always have to make sure you don't lend, you know, your stuff to people. You got to make sure the paperwork with stuff is very clear, stuff like that. But you're going to be fine. 100%, I'm telling you that you not only success in your field, but you will have financial stability. 100%. So don't live worried, because you will. Hey, you! Yeah, I had to talk to you. Have a great night, Jenny. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I don't know why this lags like this, but oh well. Yay! You went on a date! Yay! Finally! Nice! Congratulations! That's what was supposed to happen without the, you know what? Great! Excellent. Yeah, I told you the door had to open. There was a lot of things that were, you know, from all that crap. That's why I'm like, how are you after, you know? What's his sign? Great. What's his sign? Oh, you don't know his sign yet? Oops. Oh, a Leo. Nice. Aries and Leo, nice. Cool. Is he in your field? Or is he in a different field? You know, his career. Oy, oy vey. The freaking lag, man. This freaking thing. Come on, YouTube, fix your shit. I mean, I like that you stream, though. Thank you, YouTube, for offering online streaming. Thank you so much. But I'm so sick of TikTok. But fix your shit, man. This lagging freaking. It's like you're typing and I still don't see anything. It's like stuck on the same thing. That's what I was asking. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Yay, yay. Oh, how cool. Does he like you? Oh my God, it lags so much. I hate it. Oh, so annoying. Ooh, well, you're going on another date, so that means, you know, it's good. Part 2. I am so happy to hear that. Hi, how are you, sweetheart? Am I doing readings? I am finished for tonight, but I will be on tomorrow. Did you have a question on something? I mean, you can book one because it's paid readings. My tarot is $25. Joe. Nice. Oh, you want a date with him. Okay. Yeah, Aisha, usually what I do is in my shop, you have to book it. They're $25. But I offer astrology. My tarot is $25, and that's a really good reading. Thank you for asking, sweetie. By the way, I do free yes and no crystal ball on TikTok when I stream on there. Okay, so if you want to start with a freebie, but if you really want clarity on something, my tarot is $25. You melt. Oh, I like that. Oh, so sweet. Oh, that's right. You got that Aries trait, man. Every Aries does the same thing. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's so cute. Biloxian has a crush. Biloxian has a crush. What sign is he? Man, that Leo better, you know. So the one you have a crush on, what's his sign? I don't know. You have a thing for earth and water. You've always liked earth and water signs. Okay, no worries. That's so cute. You have a crush. I'm glad. It's about time. It's nice to see you like that. Finally. You know, maybe the other two idiots will realize you no longer care about them, and then, you know, something interesting will happen. I know. It's always earth and water signs. I know. I've noticed. I've noticed. But maybe it's fire this time. You never know. Oh, I know, sweetheart. I know. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was gonna kind of see a couple of other things too, but I forgot because I was meaning to text you I just haven't had the chance because it got like after Labor Day, things got, oh, I know. That's cute. I gotta go. It's 12:56 and I have to do a reading. But I will text you because there's some things I had to tell you, but I don't want to say it here. No, I'm really glad I got to talk to you. Congratulations. I hope you have a good date. Really stoked about that. Cool. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out my live. Talk to you soon. I think you have to see the ceiling a minute. Sorry, guys.